So we have some new updates for Christopher Nolan's next film, The Odyssey, as we've got some new set photos from filming and info on the casting roles. Of course, The Odyssey recounts the epic 10-year journey of Odysseus, king of Ithaca, as he travels home after the Trojan War, and Christopher Nolan is aiming to make this his first venture into fantasy. Based on everything being said about the story, cast, and filming, we have to expect that this will be the largest film from the director to date. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing all of the new filming details for Nolan's upcoming film, alongside my thoughts towards it. Before I get into it though, if you want to see more content on the director and his Odyssey film, then don't forget to support this upload by giving it a like rating and subscribing to the channel. But without further ado, let's dive into the new set photos and details surrounding who each actor is playing in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. So before I come to all the new set photos that were put online, I wanted to discuss the latest news surrounding the casting, which has now given us updates on exactly who some of the main cast are playing in Nolan's next film. A casting sheet for Christopher Nolan's new film was leaked to Greek media, and it revealed roles for about a half of the main actors in the director's new project. According to the casting sheet, Matt Damon is of course playing Odysseus, Tom Holland is playing Telemachus, Zendaya is playing Athena, Charlize Theron is playing Circe, Anne Hathaway is playing Penelope, Benny Safdie is playing Agamemnon, Lupita Nyong'o is playing Clytemnestra, and Jon Bernthal will play Menelaus. There was also an update revealing that alongside Jon Bernthal, 3 other actors from the Walking Dead series will be in the Odyssey film, and this includes Ryan Hurst, Samantha Morton, and Corey Hawkins. As you may have noticed, some of the key actors and roles are still missing from this update, and this includes who Robert Pattinson is playing, John Leguizamo, Samantha Morton, Bill Irwin, Himesh Patel, Corey Hawkins, and Elliot Page. So I'm guessing we'll find out who each of these other actors are playing in the coming months. When we do get the full casting role list, I will be doing a full cast explained video, similar to the one I did for Oppenheimer back in the day, where I broke down the roles of each of the main actors. But when it comes to the confirmed roles we have heard about here, I do like the sound of a lot of them, and I think many of us predicted that Matt Damon would indeed play Odysseus, Tom Holland would be playing Telemachus, Charlize Theron would be playing Circe, and Anne Hathaway would be playing Penelope. Damon is built to take on such a pivotal role, and Hathaway is the ideal choice for Penelope, as the character demands a blend of gentleness and firmness. Also, I think if we get the best out of Tom Holland, he can effectively portray a young, driven, and honourable character like Telemachus. We'll just have to see who some of the other actors are playing, and like I said, I will keep you updated and break down each of their roles when the full list is eventually out. But now coming over to the filming photos, we're starting to get some really interesting looks at the film, and in particular, some big scenes being filmed for Nolan's next epic. Just a warning before I get into some of these images, there may be a few light spoilers included, so if you don't want to see any of these looks at certain scenes, then I'd recommend skipping out on this part of the video. But with that out of the way, let's get into some of the images that were posted online and by Greek media. To begin with, thanks to new images from an account called UnboxPhD, Tom Holland's The Odyssey look as Telemachus has been revealed. One image shows Holland in a brown cloak standing just in front of director Christopher Nolan on a large wooden ship. Other images from the same account provide looks at Holland from other angles, revealing that beneath his brown cloak, he is wearing a red tunic that reminds me of some of Frodo's garb from the Lord of the Rings films. The other images we got feature the actor chatting with crew members, and another also shows him talking to an unknown actor in costume. There's also one of him behind the scenes with actor Jon Bernthal, who is in costume as Menelaus. And furthermore, other images from the same batch of photos provided give us a look at a mysterious hooded character with a walking stick, and there were other shots of more costumes and armour being showed off before what appeared to be filming for the opening scene of the movie. So clearly, Nolan is embracing more of the fantasy element that this story calls for, with the design of things we are seeing here. Following these images hitting the internet, we also got a few more showing off certain scenes, and the first appears to be from that opening scene that I just mentioned, with the city of 8 Ben-Hadou appearing to be on fire. Based on these, it looks like we're going to start the movie with the burning of Troy, a pivotal moment from Odysseus' story. This is of course the same location where we got images a few weeks back of large constructions underway and the Trojan horse build at the very centre of it. It looks like Nolan is going for a large-scale sequence to match some of his very best opening scenes from throughout his filmography. Another pivotal moment in the story that appears to have been filmed recently is the moment where Matt Damon's Odysseus encounters the Cyclops Polyphemus. We got some helicopter shots from outside the cave where this sequence had been shot, and as you can see on another one of the images, there were sheep outside the cave pointing to that mentioned scene. Around this same location, there were more helicopter shots of an army on a hillside and another of 2 boats in the ocean, again highlighting the level of realism Nolan is looking to present. A source who had posted about these images has said that he has seen further images of a practical build for the Cyclops head and said that the build was massive. He described it as being bigger than a person, so it looks like the report of Nolan building a huge animatronic and capturing the complete scale of the Cyclops was indeed true. We do see Christopher Nolan, cinematographer Hoyte van Hoytema, and Matt Damon as Odysseus on set in other photos, and this was captured during the filming of that Cyclops scene. So it's clear to us that they are fully underway with filming some of the big practical sequences from the upcoming movie. The only other images to report on were the ones filmed by Nolan at Mafoni Castle, where we see armies and additional costumes on display. This is apparently not that far away from where they filmed Tom Holland on the boat, and those who were present said that additional structures and walls were built around the castle. So it looks like some big scenes will be filmed at this location as well. Given Nolan's history as a filmmaker and the recent set photos showing the nighttime battle, practical wooden ships, costumes, and the Cyclops scene, it's once again a great feat that scenes are actually being filmed in the right locations and settings. We know that Nolan goes the extra mile when it comes to his practical approach, and even though he'll be delving much more into fantasy on this film, he once again appears to be striving for as much realism as possible to make the cinematic experience of the Odyssey even better for the global audience. We'll have to see how these moments translate to the big screen, but at this moment in time, it's all looking really impressive when it comes to the director's approaches on set. But that was my video discussing the new filming details and casting role info for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. It's an exciting time for us fans of Nolan, and hopefully we'll get some more roles announced soon, especially when it comes down to actors like Robert Pattinson and Elliot Page and who they are actually playing. It won't be too long before we get new official updates, as filming has been underway for the last week or so. But let me know down below in the comment section what you think towards the updates for Nolan's next film, alongside your predictions for what his take on the material might entail. For much more content on Christopher Nolan and his future projects, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like rating and follow me on social media via the links in the description. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.